Hello, my name is METİN. This is 169th part of explanation of my theory. Yes. According to my theory and my formulas, Rydberg constant is not a constant. It is multiplicative inverse of electron motion forms wavelength, 91.155 nanometer. 1. There are different wavelength size kinds of electron motion forms in our universes. 2. Most common wavelength size kind electron motion form is 91.155 nanometer wavelength size electron motion form in our universes. 3. As constituent parts of all of known atoms, when they are free, all electrons are at 91.155 nanometer wavelength size before making joint motions with protons in atoms. And when these proton-bound electron motion forms are free, yes, and when these proton-bound electron motion forms are free by ionization processes, they regain their previous free state at 91.155 nanometer initial wavelength size again. Four. While connecting with a proton, except the one-proton hydrogen atom, each 91.155 nanometer wavelength size electron motion form will be forced to change its wavelength size by this proton, and there will be no same wavelength size proton-bound electron motion form in an atom, and only first proton-bound electron motion form will be enforced to shrink its 91.155 nanometer wavelength size inversely proportional to squared proton number, and sum of rest of proton-bound electron motion forms will be greater than 91.155 nanometer. Some of them will be smaller than 91.155 nanometer in an atom. 5. 91.155 nanometer wavelength size electron motion form doesn't enforced to change its 91.155 nanometer wavelength size by single proton of hydrogen only. Again, 5. 91.155 nanometer wavelength size electron motion form doesn't enforced to change its 91.155 nanometer wavelength size by single proton of hydrogen only. 6. Eventually, Rydberg constant is nothing but multiplicative inverse of lambda n is equal to nothing but multiplicative inverse of lambda normal is equal to 91.155 nanometer initial wavelength value of free electron motion form that a constituent part of almost all known atoms in our universes. Here. Notice, please. Then, here, I advise you to notice. This is one of my formulas, energy formulas. Okay, here N is denotes wave number according to my theory and my formulas here. But this N is nothing to do with my wave number. Okay. This is my formula. This is Rydberg constant formula. And if this is infinite, it's 0, and at first cycle, according to my theory, n is equal to 1. Okay? This will be what? Here. And here lambda is, remember, 91.155 nanometer for all known atoms. Okay. When it is free, or when it is connected with single proton of hydrogen, this is equal to T. Okay. Then go on calculation here. Finally, Rydberg constant is not constant. It is only multiplicative inverse of what? Multiplicative, yes. Multiplicative inverse of 91.155 nanometer. Yes. Have a good afternoon. See you later.